Reconnection successful. Okay. Trying to see if it'll make my download faster. I think I made it worse. Yeah, I think I made it worse. Okay, so that did not help at all. Yeah, I'm trying to find the sweet spot. It may get... I think it's too choppy. Too choppy where it's at. No, still too low. Wait. Things are in the red. Why is it not? How's OBS just like shit in the bed right now? How's OBS shit in the bed right now? I reconnected. And it's still... I set the setting back. There it goes. It looks like it's picking back up. Nope, going back down. I didn't change anything that time. What is happening right now? Is internet 1 gig? Yeah, okay, that's working. Okay, there it goes. Just took a minute for OBS to catch up. Okay. All right. Yeah, it just took a minute for OBS to catch up. Okay. All right. I got it as fast as I could, but we're still at like 20 minutes. So, guess we'll wait. See how this plays out. Let's go read the reviews. I'm hoping good things, but I'm hoping Delta Force will be the game I want it to be. I was a fan of it. I was a fan of Delta Force back in the 90s, back in high school, during its heyday. So we'll see. Let's see what the store page says. Let's have a look at the reviews. We've got mixed reviews here. I'm hoping it is what I want it to be and not going to be like some just goddamn microtransaction field cash grab, which worries me because who developed this? Wasn't it Teamy? Published by Teamy? They're not like a mobile game dev, are they? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. We are committed to no pay to win, and development is driven by community feedback. Okay, all right. Well, brave of you to put that on your store page. We're going to hold you to that. All right. Top reviews. I'm really torn about this game. I feel like I'm supposed to like it, but I don't. Let me explain why. First off, advertising the game as large-scale PvP warfare only to funnel 64 people into a corridor with vehicle spawn option to get more limited the further into the match you are is just straight up hysterical. But the whole vehicle gameplay loop is a mix of hit and run tactics and camping. Once you're out and about on foot, you and other players in the match proceed to fight over a doorway for 2 to 3 business days before one side gives up or gets bored and moves to another angle. But you know what? I bet some people would still enjoy this. I just don't get the appeal. Then we get to issue number 2, the operators. And oh boy, I disliked the idea back when Battlefield did it, and I absolutely hate it now. I swear to God, there's generic featureless grunts in Battlefield. And PlanetSide 2 have more personality than whatever the modern gaming industry is trying to shove down our throats. I don't get it. What happened to the good old classic system? Okay, so it's got an operator system. Then the guy just grazing old games. Okay. Game looks good. Graphics are really good. Respect is due. It does run pretty well by today's standards. Sound design is also a thing I was pleasantly surprised by. Guns feel like guns. Tanks feel like tanks. Sound is heavy without causing sensory overload. The gun customization is okay. It 100% has potential with the amount of stats on each firearm. And that's about it, really. I'm not good at reviews, I can tell. I will not hide the fact that I am biased because this game is supposed to be a successor to my beloved friend. Oh, you're a Battlefield fan. That's butthurt that it's not Battlefield. Open-ended conclusion. Give it a try for yourself. It is free after all. Also, the game has a Tarkov extraction shooter game mode, apparently. Yeah, that's supposed to be the bread and butter, is the extraction. That's the part I'm interested in. Like, I know the 64-person map mode is supposed to be like the Battlefield mode, but I was never a huge Battlefield fan. I liked Battlefield style, the more boots on the ground, gunplay style, but I just didn't like the warfare game mode that Battlefield is fucking married to for some reason. It's just a bunch of that. I didn't like the vehicle spam. I didn't like just the endless respawns. The whole thing just felt like team deathmatch with vehicles, and it just didn't feel very tactical. I like the tacticalness of something like a battle royale where you pick where you land and you've got to like plan out the rest of your match to stay alive, because if you die, it's over. Like extraction shooter has that same kind of appeal. So I don't understand the hate for extraction shooter versus battle royale. Like they feel like the same game to me with just a different mechanic. Battle royale is just circle gets smaller, people fight more, whereas extraction is people fight over extraction point. It just feels like same idea, big map, land in, where extraction shooter just gives you like a place you need to extract from and a thing to do, whereas battle royale just gives you the thing to do is avoid the gas and let the circle push you toward a center where you're all fight. Like other than the like in-game mechanic of being extraction shooter give you mission, extract with item, whereas and then people fight over the extraction, try to steal your item versus I guess it's a different. I mean, the overall gameplay feels like it would be roughly the same. I didn't like Tarkov because it tried to be too realistic. Like, I don't hate the extraction game mechanic. Like, I like the idea. I just didn't like Tarkov because I just didn't like Tarkov. Getting shot by your own teammates because they got the fucking friendly fire mechanic and no name tags over the heads. Like, yeah, they tried to go a little too realistic with Tarkov. I feel like an extraction shooter that had less of the realism and just more of the, standard gameplay stuff. No friendly fire. You get a HUD. You can see, that's a little more simplified, but still focused on the gunplay. I feel like that would be something I'd probably like a bit more. So, I have high hopes for it. I don't hate an extraction shooter as a concept. Oh, most of the bad reviews are people complaining about the anti-cheat. That's what the problem is. They're not a fan of whatever anti-cheat this game uses. Wait, what anti-cheat does it use? Anti-cheat is spyware. No, it's not. I don't understand why PC gamers get so upset over like games that have to install an anti-cheat. Here's instructions on how to remove the anti-cheat. Restart your PC to finalize it. Yeah, but wouldn't that stop you from playing the game? Oh, it just uses easy anti-cheat. That's the same one Fortnite uses, isn't it? I don't understand the hate for an anti-cheat system. Or is it just the cheaters complaining that now they can't cheat? Oh, the developers responded to him. Thank you for choosing Delta Force. Rest assured, our anti-cheat tool is developed with the sole purpose of combating cheating. It is not spyware. It is... Jesus. It is not spyware. Built with reliability and privacy at its core, the anti-cheat is designed to ensure fun, fair, and secure gaming environment for players around the world. They are not intended to access or misuse any player information, nor are they associated with any political agendas. Oh, yeah, and he put politics in it. Jesus Christ. China's not trying to steal your information. Calm the fuck down. Oh, Ace anti-cheat. Why is this guy mentioning easy anti-cheat in his review? I don't think he knows what he's talking about then. I think the devs are pretty neat. Or paid someone good at PR. A lot of communication from their end. I mean, I'm sure they have like community manager or a PR guy. They usually pay a guy that just his job is to just sit there and respond to shit all day. I'm sure they have like some poor intern doing this shit. But that being said, the interns, like those people have guidelines they got to follow. Like they can't make promises that the company can't keep. Like there's things they can and can't say. You know, like you still have to like represent the company. You know. Oh, and apparently a lot of the reviews are from Australia. And this guy changed his review to positive. Update, the Aussie account problem has been fixed. Oh, okay, so Australians had problems creating accounts for the game for some reason. There's just people complaining about the anti-cheat. And another copy-pasted version of that same response. Happy gaming, yeah. So they're copy and pasting this response to everybody complaining about the anti-cheat to let them know that the anti-cheat is not pushing a political agenda, period. Yeah. Is there some, like, political thing associated with anti-cheat? Or is it because it's a Chinese developer? That they think China's trying to spy on them because they put anti-cheat in a video game? Read some of the good reviews compared to the bad, because the bad ones are all just complaining about the anti-cheat. I want to hear something about the actual game. I don't know why the mixed reviews, because the game is actually really solid for what it is. This game is what Battlefield 2042 should have been, but what people are forgetting is that this game is free. Yes, free. So when you think about it, you can get a similar experience to 2042 without spending a dime to EA and more content. Since 2042 is practically dead. Microtransactions are decent. $10 for Deluxe, which covers extraction and warfare mode. $5 for either one you prefer. Way cheaper than COD for their Black Cell and normal Battle Pass. Game runs really good. Graphics are good for what it is. But it plays like a damn dream even on a potato. And it's definitely more stable than 2042. Gunplay is really good. It's similar to Modern Warfare 2019-ish gunplay. Sniping feels satisfying. Animation is pretty solid. Now the fun part, the anti-cheat. This is the thing that most people would say to stay away from the game from because it's Chinese, duh. They steal your data. CCP. Oh yeah, so they're just... For real, almost every multiplayer game uses stuff like this. Easy anti-cheat, Battle Out, Vanguard, etc. Honestly, Chinese game with this kind of anti-cheat is the same as a Western one with the system. So pick which one you prefer. Yeah, I don't know why people think that like Western companies wouldn't also steal your data. Like that doesn't make any sense. Google definitely steals your fucking data. So if you're fine using Google, yeah, if you're fine using Google, yeah. So the negative reviews are just anti-cheat plus Chinese. That's what they all just like boil down to. So like, if you're fine using Google, if you're fine using fucking Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any American social media thing, then a Chinese one should fucking matter. And I'd be willing to bet, I would be willing to bet money right now that every single one of these fucking assholes screaming about fucking anti-cheat in a video game because it's made by Chinese or trying to steal the data off your computer are the same motherfuckers who will use their computer to access TikTok. I guarantee you every single one of them have a fucking TikTok account. Like, why do you think you're so special if people want your data? What do you think they're gonna find that they want from you, Joe Nobody? Fucking China have my data. You can have pictures of my wife and kids and the no money in my bank account, I guess. Like what do you like really? What the fuck do you think is gonna like? You're not special. What do you think is gonna happen really here? They're not getting anything from you you're not already given to Google and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and yeah, what the fuck, man. Overall, the game is solid, and if you have the free storage space, try it. Back in the day, I was a big fan of Delta Force. I grew up playing that series. It was one of my very first-person shooter games. Similar experience here, bud. I love the classic campaigns and the tactical vibe. The new Delta Force game, though, it just doesn't feel the same. Why'd you give it a positive review? It's not the type of thing I was hoping for, closer to the old school experience. Feels like it's trying to be something else. I mean, it's trying to be modern. It's not trying to just redo that. I don't speak whatever language you're speaking there, boss. English only, please. English only, please. I miss the days when Delta Force was all about strategy and story. He's got some comments on his review. And they're not in English. Steam doesn't have a translate button like Google. Alright, what else we got here? Goodbye Battlefield, welcome back Delta Force. I like it, good night, good luck. Nobody will read my review, so I'm leaving it at one sentence. English or ban? I don't know how else to say it. Stop speaking whatever language you're speaking, speak English. The English only stream. Delta Force review. Here we go. This guy wrote a little more than like one sentence. What you might like and what you might not like. Here we go. Alright. It's free to play Battlefield meets Tarkov. If you like these games or wanted to try them but didn't want to pay, this offers a similar experience. Progression is actually decent, which is surprising for a free-to-play game. Maps have decent variety, and so do the weapons. At the time of this review, there are no pay-to-win aspects whatsoever. What you might not like, it requires a third-party launcher and account, and most games do on PC at this point, as well as kernel-level anti-cheat, which, again, most games do at this point. I've heard performance issues are a concern for some players, but I haven't had any myself. Overall, if you're into tactical shooters and don't mind the launcher or the anti-cheat, it's worth a try. You're speaking my language. Tactical shooter. Not this bunny hopping, omni movement, run around like a methed out spaz, slide, jump, slide, cancel, jump, 360 spin, no scope, Call of Duty shit. Can we just get back to classic gunplay, please? Please be what this is. As a free-to-play player, I can say the game is pretty good, at least the operation mode. Not a fan of the anti-cheat. Basically, let me put it like this. 2019 gunplay, hit detection mixed with Warface graphics and / movement feel. What is Warface? I've never played Warface. And the rest is basically 2042 Tarkov-ish. Is it worth your time? For free, you can't go wrong if you like any of those games. Played right at launch hour, by the way, so this is subject to change, I'm sure. I wouldn't call it a tactical shooter. A bunch of people are using the word tactical here, so one of the tags on the game, but you can call it a tactical shooter because there's a Valorant and CS. That's a different kind of... I mean, there's different kinds of tactical shooters. That's just a different style of tactical shooter. But it sure ain't COD. Yeah, like COD I would consider an arcade shooter at this point, but like you can be a tactical shooter and not be Valorant or CSGO. Like those aren't the only like ways to be tactical. Warface is an old free-to-play first-person shooter. Don't remember much about it though. It says it's got the movement feel of that game, but the gunplay of Modern Warfare 2019. Which I mean, if it's matching COD level gunplay, it's the best part about COD, and the thing that keeps me coming back to it, is that the guns feel so good to shoot. That the guns work the way fucking guns work. Like every other game I've played with guns just gets it so wrong. Fortnite's a spray and pray. The fucking weapon bloom shouldn't be a thing. That's not how guns work. And then Apex, I feel like I'm shooting spitwads with their projection-based guns and their slow fucking bullet travel time. But COD has really good gunplay. The problem is, COD has, with each new installment, focused more and more on movement and less on that gunplay that they're so fucking good at. So, I don't see much tactics in COD. I see run and spaz out a lot. That's just how most people play COD. That seems to be what's popular, so that's what they're doubling down on. Doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on. Before I played this game, I had a small penis, no girlfriend, and no will to live. None of these things have changed, but the game is good. Good review. Solid. I've learned much. Nobody reads these reviews anyway, so I'll just say, I'm gay. Well, you're wrong. I read your review, and now I know you're gay. Delta Force feels better than COD? I got Game Pass trial and the Black Ops 6 visual recoil ain't for me. Delta Force feels way better. Delta Force feels better than COD? That's a bold claim, man. I mean, I hope you're right. COD's gunplay feels really good. I mean, you can change some settings to tone down the visual recoil in Black Ops 6. But whatever it is, it hadn't bothered me much. I mean, I've been able to control the guns just fine. They still feel like COD guns to me. They still feel good. Still shoot good. And they still kill fast. You know, like what guns do. If I point my gun at a target, that bullet hits that target where I pointed the gun every single time I pull the trigger. And if I pull the trigger a lot, the gun recoils and shakes. And the bullets move with the gun. It's not like Fortnite where the gun barely moves, but the bullets start doing this. And they get a wider and wider spread, even though the gun's just shaking a little bit. Like the recoil doesn't change much on Fortnite, but the bullets just go everywhere. Fucking weapon bloom should not be a thing. That's not how guns work. And then Apex. If they're really close, the close to mid-range, the guns kind of work. I'd even say close range. Mid-range on some guns still feels like you're shooting spitwads. Like the bullet velocity is way too slow in that game. I just don't like the way guns feel in Apex. Prefer the Infinity Ward gun feel over... Oh, no, I'll agree. Infinity Ward. Like, I like the Modern Warfare engine. But I mainly play Warzone. And Warzone